Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benji. I am back again with another daily general reading for you. So, if you do resonate, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and also leave a comment if you feel like it. And we're just going to get straight into it. Today, I'm going to start with a daily affirmation from my daily tarot. So, let's get that going. And if you do claim it, definitely leave it in comments, claim it in the comments, do whatever you feel is necessary. We have the Wheel of Fortune today, and that is, I am flexible and open to life's possibilities. So that is our affirmation today. I claim that. I'm definitely flexible and open to life's possibilities. Let's move on and let's get this reading going, shall we? We shall. Hope everyone's having a good day today, and hope everyone has a good weekend, by the way. Righties, let's get some cards going and see what we get. It is general today, so two cards that came out first are the Three of Swords and the Nine of Wands. This one's really giving me the vibe of like pain, Three of Swords. I feel like there is someone that wants to tell you something. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Someone wishes they could tell you something, but they're struggling to tell you this because they are not sleeping very well. With the Nine of Swords, they're not very sleeping. They're up at night. They're kind of like thinking about how they would do this. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Let's move on to some more cards. We have the Five of Swords here. Five of Swords is showing winning at all costs. There is some sort of sadness going on. If you really feel like this person wants to move away from being this way, I really get that it's some sort of like lack of emotional stability here, or some sort of holding themselves accountable for something. Obviously there's pain going on, a lack of sleep, and they want to win at all costs. So they really want to kind of win against this feeling. They want to come forward and tell you something. Ultimately, I feel like they want to come forward and apologize. With the King of Wands, it's really giving me that sense of wanting to do so. They want to be very strong and very noble about their action towards you, which I think is really interesting here. The King of Wands is really giving me that sense of, it's really giving me like head over heart as such. It's giving me like this infinite feeling of like the pain and stuff. So we do have a lot of other cards. Infinite feeling of the pain. It's kind of what I was getting, because we have like the Ten of Swords. It feels like it's never ending, but it is going to end. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. So the sense of this other person, I feel like it is to do with your significant other, soul connection. We have Page of Pentacles, which is really giving me mental energy. This person's putting a lot of energy from their mind into the situation. We have the Six of Swords, and we have Judgment. So yeah, they really do want to come in and like, apologize for how they hurt you as such. Maybe they've been distant, maybe they've been disconnected, maybe they ghosted you. I really feel like this situation is really like they're really actually in pain, and they want to come back in and apologize. I really am getting that. Oh, we have the Lovers card. Interesting. So this is really bringing up the feeling that I've been feeling. This is to do with like some sort of disconnected union. It is possibly to do with your soulmate or someone that is really in a sense of disarray when it comes to like what they've done to you. We have the Eight of Wands, which today is really giving me this direct feeling. I think they're going to come in and apologize. I think they are daydreaming about the future. And I think these things that have been put in place before this kind of situations happen is really, I feel like they didn't fulfill their promise. I really get that. That's what I'm getting from this reading today, is that this significant other, this soul connection, didn't fulfill their promise to you, and it caused a lot of pain, I think, on both sides. I'm going to get a couple more cards and see where we go. There's really lots of daydreaming going on. with the Tower card, so there is going to be this epic change. That's what I'm going to say. It's going to be an epic change. This person is going to have like a complete 180 shift of their thought processes and just the decisions and, like the person that they are. They're like really going to be like stripping it all down and then like rebuilding it. I really get that from this. The Devil. Okay, very interesting. They're going to be really working on themselves. Like, that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like repressed emotions. It's what I was getting at the beginning. He's very much someone that can't like express themselves very well in their emotional way. It just really feels like they find it hard to express themselves emotionally. The Tower card here really goes to show that they're thinking about the future. They're thinking about how much it really means to them, that you are there with them. I really get that. And they are healing, like focusing on their repressed emotions with the Devil card here. So they're being very aware of that, like being very aware, which I think is very interesting. I'm going to move on to another set of cards now, and let's just clarify some stuff. Let's go to the Silver Witchcraft Tarot, and let's get like a little story going. I would like to clarify the situation of, let's say, your energy, because this just feels like someone else's energy, like, the other party. So let's clarify your energy towards the situation and see more clarity into what's going on here, please. Okay, what do we have? We have the Queen of Chalices. We have Temperance. We have the Ten of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Sun. So this is really giving a good little energy vibe. Queen of Chalices is really giving me quite compassionate, very empathetic energy. We have maybe like some understanding going on here into the situation. Maybe like what I'm getting is like you're more understanding of the situation, and you're being very patient. You're letting the universe weave the things in the background for you. Like, this, as much as the High Priestess hasn't come out, I just really feel like from the Queen of Chalices, this, there's a lot of compassion. Ten of Wands is kind of like this feeling that you get when there is disconnect or when there is a lot of aloneness feeling. And this one is like the fire is burning out of the ground, like I've said it a million times, but like this one's like having that hope and like kind of being very patient for it to burn through and to really come into fruition. The Hanged Man is really sacrifice, release, like you feel like you've been standing on your head and you want to become balanced and standing on your head. So I feel like that's kind of what I get from this card, is that there's a lot of release happening. You could be upset, you could be in a certain space because of these things. And because of this general energy that's happening with your with your soul connection. Sorry about that, excuse me. And then we have the Sun, right? Okay, so the Sun is like happiness, joy, abundant and joyful happiness. So it's very interesting. So I feel like this release becomes a very happy place for you. So while this is kind of happening, they're definitely going to come in and they're definitely going to try and speak to you. Well, I really get that they're going to try to apologize to you for how deeply they've hurt you, affected you, like ghosting you, like that kind of stuff. Because I feel like that stuff does hurt people. But there's a lot of compassion from your side here in this reading. It's what I'm getting. We have the Queen of Wands and then we have the Five of Wands. Okay, very interesting. So the Queen of Wands is very much giving me an energy that would kind of suggest that there is like a burning feeling inside. Like you wish things were better sooner than later. But I really feel like there's a stability in keeping this flame, this burning desire under control and being very kind of content. Because I think with the Five of Wands here, it really gives me a sense of community and celebration and coming together and the warmness that it kind of produces. The sun's there, the sun's out on a lot of these ones. So what I'm getting from your side is that your energy is very joyful and very happy because I think you understand the process of the universe and there's a lot going on here. This other person's really struggling with internal things. I think that they might be quite fearful of the situation because I've been hurt before, like many times before, maybe. I am going to move on to these other cards really quickly and just clarify one more thing. So let's just do that really quickly. If you are resonating today, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, all that great stuff. Definitely check out our personal reading in the description. It's at my website. They are half price until the 1st of January, but not required. Honestly, I'm just doing it because we all got to make money somehow. Okay. Queen of Cups has come out, which is really giving me a sense of, that compassionate feeling. So we had the Queen of Cups down here for you. So like these cards are really just clarifying the situation at hand in general. So this is two sides energy and this is just going to be together. We have that Tower moment, so I'd like to clarify that too, if possible. So what I'm getting is that calmness is coming into it. So this person is going to be very calm, and you're going to be very receptive, I think. I feel those feelings. Like kindness and good-natured things coming out. So we have the King of Pentacles, which is continuing to solve issues in like practical ways. So very giving me like realistic, very solid feeling, good character, reliable and providing. So what I'm getting from this is that this development in the Tower card is very much a sense of this person is working on themselves so that they can have what you want, and that's each other. And I love that. I think that's the most beautiful thing in the world, when people are working on themselves and internally doing it for themselves so that they can have something that they can't just have because they haven't done the internal work. I love that. So we have the Wheel of Fortune that came out, which is really interesting because that's our daily affirmation for today. The Wheel of Fortune here is really giving change, fate, happiness, destiny. Like it's very much giving me like, this is fated. This is meant to be happening. This is to do with soulmate connection, like a true soulmate. I think what I'm getting from it is that you're like a little bit, let's say, disconnected from the situation. You're very compassionate towards it, but you're disconnecting so you can help the process. I really see that in this. We have legacy, inheritance, security, prosperity, and that's with the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Wands again, which is really interesting because this has come out twice, and this one is definitely giving quick decisions, change, boldness, generosity, movement, and speed. And this one is like really just giving me like, this is happening so quickly. Like this stuff has like been happening for a while, I feel, and I feel like this is happening so quickly at this point. So many of the same cards. Okay, anyway, the 6 of Swords. Just giving exit, moving beyond, problem solving, a journey, deeper thinking, move from problems and be mindful of what you take. That's kind of like what it's giving. So we have that, and we have one last card here, and it's the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is really giving a sense of courage, free spirit, being very loving of life, enthusiastic. So there is this sense of like love and joy and compassion and unity and almost like abundance coming. And that's kind of like the greatest feeling in the world, really. I think this is really beautiful, this reading today. So If you are resonating, you know what to do. I'm going to move on to the hidden heart secrets, and I'm going to just do what I normally do, and we're just going to go one by one, and we'll start with you first, and then them second. So we'll find out what's truly hidden in the heart. So with your one, the first one is nourish. So this is very much giving me like soul growth, focused on yourself, self growth. You're very much like there. You're already doing those things. You're very much doing those things, and you're super focused on that. They have sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. So this is giving me a sense that they've lost something, obviously, whether it's a business. That's where my thoughts are going to straight away, is they've lost some sort of financial situation or a business, or that's kind of what I'm getting from it. But I would say just in general, there's been loss, which causes grief and, sadness and depression. Your next one is return. The next one is exhaustion. So your one is like really making amends, opportunity, second chance. You want them to make amends with you. You want them to apologize. You want them to come back in. You want them to return. So that's what I'm really getting from that card, is that it's like the picture on it is a person doing like clay pottery. So it's really giving me that sense of self-development. I think you're ready. The one is giving exhaustion. They feel depleted, drained, and it's been a long journey. So I really feel like with this this reading in the background from the significant other and their energy, it is really giving that they're in a lot of pain. They don't sleep very well. They have like a lot of thoughts. So they're very mentally drained. It's been a long journey, and I feel like it's been a lot for them to focus inward. Maybe it's not something they've been very focused on through their life so far. Your next one is lusting. Forbidden, non-committal, and sexual energy. So this could just be feelings of like how you feel about your significant other. Like they're forbidden and they don't want to commit to you, but you have so much sexual energy. Very interesting. I really get the sense that this person loves you so deeply and so immensely that they take time away so that they can heal deeply and they can be the best possible person that they can be. They don't want to upset you. They don't want to put you into certain spaces. They really want to be the person that you've always deserved. And I feel like with anything, any relationship, it's not very often that people come together and they're perfect together from the moment go. There might be some exceptions, but I really think with even this soulmate connection, you kind of have to put in some work, right? All right, so this is their next card, and it is finality, and it's farewells, leaving behind enclosure. What I'm getting from this is they're really leaving behind this pain. They want to leave behind the past. They want to leave behind the things that hold them back, that make them doubtful or fearful or even feeling guilt and shame, which are actually like the lowest frequencies that I saw on this list that you can kind of like vibrate at. So they're really trying to raise their vibration for you because your vibration seems to be quite high. They want to meet you up there. Your next one is chasing. So chasing is very much giving me the vibe of, like being adamant on trying to make something happen or thinking a lot about someone, just like, messaging them every day or like, chasing. I really feel like this sense of pursuit, this resilience behind it can become quite toxic for the other person. So it makes it harder for them to maybe heal or maybe move forward. It's all to do with the law of attraction, that one. Let's get one more for them. That one flipped over. Commitment. They wanted to come in and like say sorry to you or say something to you. And what I'm getting from this is commitment. They want to commit. They really want to commit, and they want to promise you things. They want to be very equal. They want to commit to you. They want to show you how much they value your time and you as a person. They might even want to marry you, because this card has very much got marriage promises and fidelity. So I really get the sense of they want to come in and they really want to commit in some sort of way to you. They understand. I'm pretty sure they understand why the pain's happening. And your next card is silence. I think this sense of them coming in and wanting to do this because you don't ultimately have this feeling that they want anything more than what they already have. It's giving Frozen, no words in Stonewall. So it gives me an idea that you're going to be so speechless because this is not something that you expected. It's not something that you ever thought could happen. I really feel like this is going to create some silence on your end, and you're just going to be like, not how you normally are. I don't think you're probably speechless that often. Left speechless. I think this is going to leave you a little bit speechless. It's going to leave you with no words and like almost frozen in place, like, what? So it's very interesting. That's just the feeling that I'm getting. Their card is Emotional Storm. Turmoil, unstable, and affected. So it's very much interesting. I feel like this silence and this maybe disconnection from them coming in and wanting to do this, because this is what I'm getting from this, is going to leave them a little bit affected, unstable. They're going to feel very affected by it. They're going to feel like, what have they done wrong? But I feel like this is part of the journey. This is part of the soul development. They probably haven't done anything wrong, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, very much. Okay. So your one is healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. So that very much gives me like the reason why you go silent is because you realize in this moment where this person has changed for you. Not changed for you, but changed for themselves so that they can be a better version of themselves. And they really want to show you that. And I feel like this silence really brings healing on for you, because I think your mindset ultimately needs to be changed, because you always just thought this person was non-committal and didn't want anything more than what they have already with you. So it seems like there's a lot of releasing, purifying, and cleansing going on here. And their one is very much divine masculine today. So it's yang, masculine energy. So, what I'm getting from this is they're being very direct. They're just going to do it, just do it. I'm getting a sense that they're not normally like that. They're normally like, just do it kind of energy. This is what I get from divine masculine here, is that it's very much the connecting spiritually, and they're very much working on themselves. This gives me the sense that this person is very much either a male or very masculine, divine masculine, female, or whatever gender. I just really get the sense of like this is very manly, masculine from this point of view. There's no toxicity coming from this, besides from like this emotional storm, which is very much divine feminine. So I feel like the sense of like unstable emotions, I really feel like they've worked on that stuff. So it's bringing the divine masculine out in them, so they're becoming more confident. There goes the cough again. So I feel like that's kind of what I'm getting from this situation. I'm going to move on to some oracle cards now. So we're going to do the Viking oracle, because that goes with my feeling and the sense of kind of like the end of those cards. I'm really getting the sense of that something needs to be very direct. So just do it. We'll do Vikings, and then we'll do Gaia today, because we want to do both sides. I want to do divine masculine and divine feminine. Do a split between the middle. We might do the fairies as well. So we're going to do like 4 oracle cards now. So pretty epic. Pretty epic. Okay, we have Bricano, Valkyries, and we have Soul. Okay, so this is just going to clarify anything that's missed or anything that we need to know from this reading. Each one of these oracle cards are going to do that. So I normally don't explain what the oracle cards are like actually like doing in my readings, but like that's what I'm ultimately thinking about. My chest is so bad this morning. Stop. Okay, our first one is number 18. Please pray for my chest. I am trying to do something about it. It's just I found out how much it is, and it's very, 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 very expensive to get like acupuncture. But I'm gonna save and I'm gonna go do it. As much as it seems very painful, I want to try something because I need to do something about it. Okay, here we go. Berkano. From something small and insignificant, something big will grow. A birth, literal or figurative, will change your life. Take the current opportunity for a fresh start. Keep your plans close to your chest. Silence is wisdom's best reply. That's really lining up with like this thing. I feel like, okay, what I'm getting straight away from this is that the silent card that you got from the Hidden Hearts is really lining up. And it's giving me a vibe that, like, you know, the healing coming from being silent is really wisdom. It's really showing this person that, like, you're taking some time to think and to process. And it really gives this person an opportunity to show that they're not going to, you know, ruin it. So I think everyone deserves time. And I never really thought about like ghosting someone. Like, are you allowed to just not reply when you're thinking about something and then just reply when you've made your decision? I think that's very interesting. Here's the poem. A tiny seed, fruit of mine own, sits down upon the softness. Its roots small but determined. No one sees and no one hears. And all grows stronger. Ready soon, but not yet. My will made physical. I am Berkano. That is really giving me a sense of like this whole kind of reading. It's like really like a lot of soul development and personal development going on so that a soul connection can really be fruitful and abundant. Berkano is the rune of birth, a straight, beautiful white bark tree with eye-like markings on its trunk. Birches are the Norse tree of new beginnings, and Berkano has at its energetic heart two concepts, birth and secrecy. Okay. For Viking women, giving birth was dangerous. When a woman went into labor, she was taken into woman-only sanctuary, away from men and children. There are other women sang songs of welcome and magic to ease the mother's pain. If the birth was successful, the doors were open to all the members of the family, and the new stories and magic were woven to integrate the child into his or her family and the wider community. Berkano was also used to mark vows of silence or of secrecy, and those that broke such oaths were punished. Today, with gossip extending into bullying and other negative businesses, the balancing energy of Berkano are needed more than ever. When we are birthing something new, whether it be a new business, a creative project, or a new relationship, it is wise to keep our plans and dreams quiet and protected. Why? Because our plans are the most vulnerable at the early stages of growth. Just like a fetus in the womb, the early days are the most risky. Therefore, it is wise to keep that which is new and precious close to our chests while it gains power and momentum. Many a project or dream is crushed in its early stages by someone's careless critique or negative comment. Wow. That's food for thought. Okay, this is an element of Earth. Let's move on to the next one and see what this one has to say. It's number 42 and it's Valkyries. Valkyries, you can win the battle you face. Let go of your inner restrictions and of others' expectations. Explore your wild self. Redemption is always available. Be the hero in your own life. I kind of love that. Through the blood and the screaming, I ride searching, sweat tears, my horse rearing. I see you, brave, dying, your hand still upon your sword, pain creasing your face. You see me, and all changes, a soft smile of redemption and recognition. I am Valkyrie. Okay. I love these so much. Some say that near death, our whole life flashes before our eyes. But according to the Norse mythology, what flashed before the eyes of Viking warriors as they lay dying upon the battlefield was a beautiful yet terrible woman flying on a mighty horse, eyes blazing, singing a song of blood and glory. The Valkyries were known variously as choosers of the slain, battle maidens, mead maidens, and shield maidens. They selected the bravest, most worthy of dead warriors, called the Einherjar, and spirited them either to Valhalla to spend the afterlife with Odin, or to Folkvangr to reside with Freya. There, the Valkyries would serve the Einherjar mead until they relied beside the gods for their final battle, Ragnarok. Some sources suggest Freya is the mistress of the Valkyries, naming her Valfreya, mistress of the slain. Just as the Einherjar are considered the foster sons of Odin, the Valkyries are the beloved foster daughters of Freya. Appropriately, they worked primarily with and under her magic. Freya also took those women who in life followed her witchcraft most frequently, or who were themselves taken in battles to be Valkyries. Valkyries appeared in the Volsunga saga, in the Eddas, and many other places in Norse mythology, and have widely influenced Norse art and music. For instance, the Old Norse poem from the Poetic Edda, Helga Kavoa, Hundingsbana, we read this. I'm really trying, okay? The light shone from Lagerfell, and from that radiance there came bolts of lightning. Wearing helmets at Gavini came the Valkyries. Their byrnies were drenched in blood, and rays shone from their spears. In Richard Wagner's Ride of the Valkyries, an excerpt from his opera Die Walküre, the Valkyrie, found popular appreciation after it was used to score a memorable helicopter scene in the movie Apocalypse Now. This is chaotic. Early depictions described the Valkyries as Odin's ravens, black and terrible, screaming their way across the skies on a wild horse and dripping in blood. In later texts, however, they were shown as more beautiful and benevolent, while still retaining their power. Valkyrie energy is wild, yet offers both redemption and relief from the weariness of battle. Most modern readers do not find themselves in true combat situations, but our lives may still feel like a daily battle. Through their example of power and wildness, they, Valkyries, urge us to exhibit courage in our daily lives and release ourselves from the bonds of regret. Okay, thank you, Valkyries. The last one here is Soul, and it's number 35. Well, let me just have a sip of my coffee. I've been regretting some of my videos lately. Not because I think they're bad, just because I feel like the self-doubt within myself, but this happens all the time when I do stuff. So like I've got through it, definitely got through it. But it's just really interesting to like think about. Like there was a video I posted like yesterday, I think, and I deleted it, and then I just posted like the next day in the morning, and I was like, what am I doing? So let's read Soul 35. Your sense of personal power will increase. Be confident your situation will improve quickly. Do not procrastinate. Choose love over hate. Do not be distracted by gossip or mockery. These are lower forms of communication. Surround yourself with positive people. Every cell of my being reaches up, like the face of a flower, turning towards your greatness. You are the source of all warmth, the catalyst to my change, the flow of love to all things. Golden and beautiful, I feel filled now with. I feel filled with now. I am Soul. Soul is both a goddess and the sun itself. Soul and her brother Mani were born of time. Mandiliferi, when the universe was being created. Soul was golden and beautiful as her brother was silvery and light. At first, Soul was not sure of her role within the new world. But then the gods created times of darkness and the times of light, assigning Soul the day and Mani night. Soul and Mani ride across the sky in horse-drawn chariots. Their steeds are named Avaka, Early Riser, and Al-Savur, Swift. The other cultures have imagined the sun as a deity riding across the sky on a chariot, too. For instance, the ancient Greeks saw the sun as Helios and his horses. However, most sun deities are seen as male, which makes the female soul unusual. Perhaps the Norse people saw the sun as particularly rare and beautiful, since their lands were dominated by cold, dark, and ice. Also, the sun was life-giving, as women are givers of life, so they associated the sun with the feminine. In some poems, Soul is said to be chased every day by two ravenous wolves, Skull and Hades, mockery and hate. She manages to outrun them until Ragnarok, when they finally catch and destroy her. This provides an alternative to the mythos of Soul being consumed by the great wolf Fenrir. Okay, well, that's so interesting, so depthy. Okay, so thank you so much, Viking Oracle, Wisdom of the Ancient Norse. Thank you for your messages today. And now we will move on to the next oracles. I think I'm just going to do a couple of guys. These feel so energetic, like they wanted to come out today. Okay, we get 3 from this. We'll get a couple of fairies real quick as well to go with it. Fluttery flurries. They're so fluttery. Okay. And then we would quickly do an Amazon after this. We've got 3 of each. We have Winter's End, Regeneration, Rebirth, and Positive Outcome. So it really seems like there has been a lot of cold feeling, or, that kind of dismal feeling going on. But you're kind of embracing the light, and that's really what I'm getting. There's an embracement of the light, and I feel like this is really giving a sense of like this soul connection is really coming to a point where it's going to be regenerated, there's going to be a rebirth, and there's going to be a positive outcome from it. We have Evolution, number 45, is the next one. Evolution, eh? This is giving earth changes, climate change, and transformation. So this one is really giving that the earth is like giving some sort of energetic shift. And it is creating the situation where people, I think, are like healing more. So I really feel like if you're really unsure of why this is happening, I really think this has got a lot to do with the transformation of the earth itself. The earth is changing, so we are as well. I think that's kind of like how that works. It's very much like an energetic shift. So this is the next one, and it is Ocean of Eternal Love, which is healing, creativity, and fertility. So this one's really showing like, we're going to talk about the moon. It's really showing that like you want to be like using the power of the moon energy to really be creative and fertile in your life. I really feel like this energy where you're going to connect, and those bad things in your life, you're going to use those as like fuel to like be creative. That's what I really get from that. We have abundance from the fairies. That's first. It says, prepare yourself for the incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there's enough abundance for everyone. It's coming. We have tree wisdom. So this one straight up says, like, go ask the tree if you can hug it, and it will literally tell you in your mind. And if it says yes, which it probably will, you should hug it. It will give you wisdom. So that's like the tree dryad trying to tell you, like, come get the wisdom. And we have shine from within. which is really giving looks are only skin deep, true beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and revealing of your true beauty. So I'm really getting that this is really giving me a sense of like soul growth. Lots of soul growth going on here. Abundance, beautiful, love abundance. All right. We're going to move on to our Amazon card. Yay, long video. And also my apologies to people that don't like long videos, but I would recommend you watch it on like 1.75 times speed or something if it's like over 40 minutes or whatever. I actually admit that I don't do that with like any video, so I like must waste so much time. Anyway, I like listening to people like the way they talk. We have Cha'asqua, the angel of love. I love it. I love today's reading. Today's reading is beautiful. Okay. Cha'asqua, the angel of love. Let's get our book, read that, and then we're good. $30. Okay, here we go. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. This reading's so profound. Embrace love. Embrace it. It's all around you. So, Rami said that. I'm just going to go. Okay, here we go. If you drew this card, Cha'asqua compliments you on your awareness by being candid and truthful with yourself. You know that self-love and compassion are essential steps to take if you want an authentic relationship with empathy, passion, and absolute honesty. Okay, what I'm getting from this is that your significant other is taking these steps to love themselves in this kind of way, compassionate, empathetic. It's really coming through here. Like I think they like must despise themselves a little bit from the pain that they have. They're really working on love, and I think love is beautiful. You have learned in life, perhaps the hard way, that you and only you are the ultimate responsibility for your own happiness, and that a healthy relationship is deeply rooted in your inner feelings of authenticity and joy. You know that if your happiness depends on someone else, then in some respects you deprive yourself of the ecstatic liberation to love from the heart's desire. Being authentic is vital for you, and you want a relationship of mutuality and trust. You want the freedom to be who you are in any way, and you want to be with a partner who supports, encourages, and stimulates you in all of this. You have also learned that one of the greatest gifts of a relationship is when you have the opportunity to grow in spiritual wisdom and self-knowledge. I'm going to stop there real quick and just say, I really get from this here. If you remember back to the Queen of Chalices and Temperance, it's really giving me the sense of like you have compassion and you have understanding of this process, whereas this other person is still somewhat like spiritually learning and developing. So it's very interesting here. Although you have learned from all your relationships and love affairs, this is a different to the knowledge gained through pain, indifference, and conflict. Instead, it is a conscious union of the souls traveling together on a journey of mutual benefit and growth. You possess the inner knowledge due to your maturity, emotional depth, and experience that to attempt to change, rehabilitate, or even fix your partner is nothing less than a fool's errand. That's why you're so compassionate and so empathetic and so patient. It causes a little bit of pain, but you release that. That's so beautiful. You may have been there. You may have been there, tried that, and learned much about yourself in the doing of this. You know that the real love is also means being free and feeling safe to be vulnerable and totally open. And this vulnerability is where the treasure, the very pearls of your sacredness resides. Cha'asqua shows you that this is where the celestial temple of the divine love manifests in you. You know that self-love is and compassion are essential in authentic relationship with empathy, passion, and absolute honesty. You know that real love also means being free and feeling safe to be vulnerable and totally open. Cha'asqua shows you that this is where the celestial temple of the divine love manifests in you. Well, with that today, lots of love from me to you. If you don't find that weird, I embrace love and I kind of love love. So I hope everybody has a good day. And yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, so you don't miss like any readings that are like actually meant for you. Yeah, and definitely come back another time. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care.